Do you think all women feel like they can't, that they don't have an identity, or they can't find their identity unless they're in a relationship?
I don't think I can speak for all women, but it wouldn't be unbiblical, I don't think, because if God made women to be a man's helpmeet, I feel like that's something that would give him a lot of purpose. Like with me, I really enjoy helping you. And sometimes when I feel like you're not letting me help you, I feel like hopeless a little bit. Or I feel distraught if you don't allow me to be your helpmate. Then I don't know what I'm doing, aside from being a mom. Like, I remember when we first started dating and we weren't parents yet to them. I always wanted to help you, and when I didn't help you, I didn't know
what to do.
And I felt a lot of accomplishment helping you do thumbnails or edit videos. I felt like we were a team.
That's interesting. I think, well, just from my thoughts, I think that a lot of women probably go through that. And it is, because it is biblical. In the Bible, it does say in First Samuel 25, verse 25, it says, "For as he is, or as his name is, so is he." Right? His name is who he is. So, like with God is love, according to 1 John 4 and verse 8. That's his name, right? It's who he is. So love is not a thing. Love is a who, and that who is God. That's his name, love, right? And so with Adam and Eve, who named Eve? Adam. And so because Adam named Eve, name meaning character, she was named by Adam. So Adam gave her identity. And so I think it's the same thing with a Christian marriage. If I'm doing something like ministry and you're helping me, it's only natural that you would do the same things that I'm doing, or you would have the same characteristics that I would have. And so that's why also, like, now, like before you weren't really like into Bible study and stuff like that, but now you're into Bible study, and not only are you into Bible study, you're kind of doing the same hand gestures that I'm doing. That
you do, even this.
Yeah.
I'd never done that before. Could you show them what
this? Like this. Yeah. So yeah. So
I kind of get into Bible study like you do.
Yeah, you're very passionate about it. Because like before, like when we first started dating,
so shy.
Yeah, you were shy. You weren't really doing that. But now when we got married and we just we would Bible study, and then I think you also watch, like when you watch my videos, you're also mimicking what I do. And so that's why the man gives that character to the wife.
Well, Jesus did that with us too.
Yeah.
We have his identity. That's why we're Christians.
Yeah. And so if we truly are the wife of Jesus Christ, then he's going to put on us his same character, when we're going to reflect his character, which is keeping the 10 Commandments.
That's the remnant.
So there's a lot of people out there that believe that they're Christians, but they don't keep the 10 Commandments. They keep 9 of the commandments only. And some of them, they don't even, sometimes, oh yeah, I could keep this commandment and that commandment. So they pick and choose. So are you truly then being the wife of Christ or not? Because if you truly are being the wife of Christ, then he's going to put on you fully his name or his character. And so we see that this is just a little picture of what's happening between the church and Jesus Christ.
I mean, the fourth commandment, it really tells us his name.
Exactly.
Who our creator is.
Yeah. Actually, the fourth commandment gives us, okay, so so the first commandment, what does it say? Don't
No
have
other
any other
gods.
gods. The second commandment, what does it say? Don't bow down to,
Any graven image.
yeah, don't bow down to
Don't
idols.
have any graven images.
Don't bow down to idols. The third commandment says, don't use my name in vain, right? Don't use my name, but that doesn't really tell us, his name. The fourth commandment is the only commandment that gives us his identity, who he is. He's the creator of the world, that created the world in 6 days and then rested on the seventh. That's his identity. It's who he is. He's the creator of the world. All the other commandments are just, they're commandments that are good to do. Like don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat, don't commit, don't covet your neighbor's wife and goods. Don't, honor your mother and father. Don't kill. These are commandments they're good commandments. We should be doing them. The first three, it tells us about God, kind of tells us about God. Don't have any other gods. Don't bow down to idols. Don't use God's name in vain. The fourth commandment is the only commandment that he gives us his identity, who he is. And that's the only commandment that most Christians are like, no, we're not going to keep that commandment.
That's like forgetting who your husband is, because it says if you know who your husband is, then you're not gonna have any. Wait, let me think about this real quick.
Well, let's go down the list.
It says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." So that's basically saying, don't have any other husband. And then don't make
any graven. Don't make any graven images
or worship anyone. Like don't worship this other person.
Yeah, and don't bow down to another
man
like
work.
Thou shalt not take the name of.
I'm not gonna take your last name in vain. I'm gonna.
If you're a Capa, you're gonna stay a Capa.
I'm gonna honor your name. I'm not gonna put disrespect on your name and things like that by flirting with other men. Oh, look, that's Jan Capa's wife.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Isn't that Mrs. Capa right there?
Yeah, I'm not.
And she's flirting with another.
Yeah, because then how are people gonna look at you? It's kind of like saying, I'm a Christian, but I'm over here mistreating people.
Yeah.
But then, the person that I just witnessed to, let's say I just witnessed to this person, and then let's say they see me at a store, they so happen to be in the same store as me, and they see me disrespecting the cashier. Oh, I thought that person was a Christian,
So that ruins your witness.
Yeah, I'm making God look bad. I'm over here saying all this stuff, but then over here, I'm disrespecting God's name.
Yeah, you're using his name in vain because you're calling yourself a Christian here, but here you're not acting like a Christian, so you're using his name in vain.
So do you think this person's gonna take me serious when I witness to them again?
Right.
No.
Right.
I'm gonna be a hypocrite. And then that's how people are gonna see someone that over here is posting pictures of herself. If I'm over here posting pictures of myself and you on Facebook and everything, so in love and things like that, but then someone sees me going with someone somewhere, that destroys the witness. And so then who's the husband? The fourth commandment tells you who the husband is. Oh, she's married to him. That's the husband.
Yeah.
That's what the fourth commandment tells us.
Yeah.
Who our husband is.
The fourth commandment lets us know who the husband is.
If we don't know our husband, we're not gonna have the law.
If we don't know the husband, then all these other commandments is like, who cares then? Like if we don't know who God is, if we don't know his identity, then all the commandments is like, well, who cares? Because we don't even know who this guy is. You know what I mean? So why even do it? So there's a lot of Christians out there that are doing it, but they don't actually know the identity of the one that they're doing all these things for.
So then it's easy to then have another God because you don't even know who your God is. Then it's easy to worship someone else because you don't even know your God that you're supposed to be worshiping. And then taking the name of your God in vain, it's going to be so easy because you don't even know who your God is.
Right. So you don't even know the identity of your God. And so all these things are like, it's easy because you don't know this. So it's kind of like, so this is also the reason why, when they don't keep the Sabbath holy, or they don't acknowledge the Creator by keeping the 7-day Sabbath, then it's easier for them to
take the mark.
It's easier for them to do that. It's easier for them to sin
because they don't know their God.
Yeah.
And then when the false God comes, because they don't know their God, it'll be so easy to be deceived.
Exactly. It'll be so easy to be deceived because once the false God comes, you can't even tell who this person is. And if this person says Sunday, let's all worship on Sunday, to you that's okay. But to anybody who knows the identity of the true God, they're gonna be like, no, that's not. And how do we know the identity of the true God? We read the Bible. Not only that, but we also read the 10 Commandments. Because if someone says, oh, you can now murder innocent children,
and they justify it, just like they've been justifying a lot of the bad stuff going on now.
Yeah. So if someone comes down and you didn't know who this person is, you didn't know the person's identity, and you just thought that this person is God or Jesus Christ, and he says, oh, it's okay now to murder, it's easier for you to believe that because you don't know
his character.
Exactly.
That's
you
what
don't
the
know
law
is. For those of you guys who don't see, this is the 10 Commandments right here. We have a thing here with the 10 Commandments.
And it's interesting because it seems like God's character is little by little being deleted from the world. Like now you're starting to see a lot of stuff being justified that would have never been justified a long time ago. A lot of stuff going on in the world now is a result because God's character is slowly being taken away. And this new God is starting to rise more and more, that people are going to look up to. And a lot of these things that are on the commandments are going to be,
it's kind of like this. It's
forgotten.
It's kind of like, and the very first thing that they forgot is the one that says remember. And so if they forget that, they're going to forget other things. They're going to say, oh, it's okay to kill babies now, innocent babies.
It's happening.
Yeah. And they're going to say, oh, it's okay to commit.
Don't add that part because that's abortion.
Yeah.
And that's going to open up a whole nother can of worms.
Well, we didn't say abortion, but
that's what it's. When I said what it is. It is happening.
Yeah. That's what it is. We didn't say abortion though. We just said killing babies. But that's what they're pretty much doing. And then other things too, like, adultery, stealing,
They're not honoring their father and mother anymore.
No.
They don't even know who their father and mother is. They don't even know how to distinguish it anymore. I'm just kidding. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
Some of them have 2 fathers and 2 mothers. So how can you honor your father and mother if it's father and father or mother and mother?
Or cat.
Or cat. What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching this segment of From Hurt to Whole podcast. This is a podcast that my wife and I started in order for us to talk about things in the home, like marriage, parenting, mental health issues, how to be a husband, how to be a wife. We try to give advice and perspective in order to bless others out there who might be going through the same things that we are going through. If you guys want to support this podcast, please pray for us, pray for this podcast, and you guys can also donate at sfp.center. Link is in the description box below. This is what we do full-time in order to support our family and to keep this ministry afloat. So thank you guys again. Praise God always, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.